Are we on?
We take it now down to the Mardi Gras, all that fun stuff, everything we missed last night. Here we go.
Good? Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Matthias here, live at Hofbrauhaus Brewing in downtown Cleveland. Here with Josh and Rob with the Craft Brewery News. He's all dressed up, ready to rock and roll. Looks like he's gonna tap a beer. You wanna say hi to everybody real quick?
Hey, everybody.
So you know we're going live on our page, also going live on Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News. Tonight what we're going to do is that we're going to bring you all the action as Rob taps his keg. He's wearing an apron just in case. We tried to get him to only wear the apron, but apparently Barb said no.
Nobody wants to see that. Absolutely nobody wants to see that.
That's not always true. I was all in for it. That's fine. So what we're going to show you tonight is a rundown of the show. Is that we're going to watch the keg tapping. Everybody here gets a taste of the brand new Hoppy Lager, which is wonderful. And then we're going to, I guess there's some sort of parade.
Some kind of parade.
And then we're going to chit chat about the Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News and the BlabberMalt Show up front. And then we're going to go back to the back with Josh and the crew, and we're going to kind of talk all things Hofbrauhaus, get a tour of the facility, get a tour of the brew house, and really just give you a full roundabout experience as a general rule. So anything you want to say to anybody today?
Yo, let's go. Let's do this thing.
Looks like he's ready to go. The band is, here we go. This is Barb. Hey Barb, how are you? Barb, you just watched her walk by. She was at the original Hofbrauhaus here many moons ago, Barb. And apparently you started about 2 years old because you're not that old. So we'll say hi to everybody real quick. We're on camera.
Hi everybody. Welcome in Hofbrauhaus. And I'm one from old Hofbrauhaus, from 55th. Thank you.
The legend here. It's good, right? And we got Josh here. He's the head brewer. Josh,
How's it going?
how you doing, man? We appreciate you having us here tonight. A lot of fun. Well, I look forward to talking all things Hofbrauhaus with you, watching Rob tap this keg.
We'll see how he does.
So, if you're out there watching on the interwebs, we're going to throw an over-under tonight. Like, what do you think the over-under is on him doing it? So, yes or no, he blows his keg all over the place.
No, I think he'll actually do all right.
So, Josh,
Pretty good pep talk.
Josh says with a pep talk he's going to do okay.
How many swings, though? That's the determining factor. I'm saying 4 swings.
So, Josh says it's a good tapping, 4 swings. Barb, what's he going to do? Is he going to tap it good or
Oh
not?
yes, we're gonna tap the cake now. And everything's gonna be okay. If we do this 10 years, Josh and me, okay?
Try for the best.
My partner.
So, I'm saying bad tapping, no matter how many swings. Josh is throwing out good tapping, 4 swings. Put your stuff in the comments right now. Let us know what he's going to do because they're ready to roll.
Pretty soon. Band's coming over. We're going to tap this.
We heard it. All right, I'm going to step off. We're going to watch these guys do their thing, okay? Hey, good luck, brother.
Thank you.
Oh, my beer.
Hold my beer.
So, gentlemen, the over-under so far, we have either good tapping or bad tapping.
Oh, there's nerves. There's nerves there. I can tell already.
I'm watching it happen. He's doing funny little dances. He's definitely nervous.
Oh, yeah.
So the over-under. So I say, Josh says good tapping, 4 swings.
I can see 4 swings. 3.5 is probably the over-under.
I think bad tapping in general. So I'm going a whole different bet.
All right, so bad tapping, 4 swings.
I say bad tapping. Doesn't matter how many swings.
If Josh has to finish it for him, though, that could be rough. He's not going to live that down.
So if Josh has to finish this for you, what happens? Bad tapping, what's going to happen?
They're going to laugh.
No laughing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. Here's the band. Here we are at Hofbrauhaus Cleveland, ready to tap some beer. Let's go.
Hey, where are they going? We're thirsty. They're taking the beer away. The kegg's going by.
It's going to come back. It's going to come back.
Oh, okay.
You should follow them.
So tonight, we're going to tell you about this beautiful beer. And I see, ladies and gentlemen, our brewmeister from Hofbrauhaus is in the house tonight. Let's hear it for Josh Jones. The one and only, he's a good guy to know. Very good guy. And he makes all this great beer. Let's hear it for all the good beers here from Hofbrauhaus. We have a whole lineup. Let's go one more time. We're going to tell you all about our beer in just a moment. But tonight our celebrity keg tappers are from the Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News. It's a one-stop shop for everything that's beer and brewery in the Northeast Ohio area. I'm going to give a microphone here. Who we got? Ready to go. What do we got? You got it.
All right. So, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Rob, this is going to be an amazing opportunity. Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News is a page where you can find all things craft brewery in our entire community, lifting up all of Northeast Ohio when it comes to craft brewery, from events to news to updates, really just setting the tone for what we do in the industry. My name is Matthias South. We're under the Wayne Brewing Company, the breweries. I'm also with Dave here at the BlabberMalt Show. We go live every Tuesday, special throughout our Wednesday. The Tuesday night, 7 p.m. the BlabberMalt Show. I'm talking about all things beer, brewing, and bullcraft because as a team, we go live on our Facebook page and also on Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery page, lifting up high tides, rise all ships, brother. Yeah! Josh is an amazing brewer. We're going to finish our podcast tonight right there, but this beer is amazing. Over under tonight is either good tapping, bad tapping, 4 swings. What do we got? Well, I think we're good. 1 swing. Josh says 4. Let's go. The lady says 2. 2. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. Follow us, Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News on Facebook. Also, the BlabberMalt Show, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you find podcasts. Like, share, follow. Let's go. All right.
Wow, how wonderful. So now, who is the gentleman that's going to be tapping the keg?
His name's Rob Till.
Okay, Rob. You know what to do. I think you've done this a few times. Tonight's beer, Hopfen Spezial. It's a little hoppy lager with an abundance of citrus and tropical hops and a malty finish. We can't wait to taste this latest creation from Josh Jones here at Hofbrauhaus Cleveland. Drum roll, hit it. Rob, you ready? They said 2. You can do it 2. Maybe 1. I don't know. He looks pretty strong.
Here we go,
I
guys.
think he's going to do it maybe in a half.
And I'm in the zone of splash, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4!
Hey! He was so strong. Rob knows what he's doing. I think he's Rob. Okay, here we go.
That was 4 swings. Well done, sir.
Now, Rob,
Thank you.
we have to tell you what's going on here. You're going to drink a little bit of this beer, Hopfen Spezial. It's going to be on tap now for the next month, the month of March, here at Hofbrauhaus Cleveland.
You chug that beer, Rob.
We want you to, really take in all those beautiful flavors. And then, if you like it, you're going to give a thumbs up.
All right.
If you don't like that beer, you're going to go thumbs down. And then this poor band up here, we have to drink that whole keg tonight. So we're kind of hoping, Now, I will tell you, in 10 years that we've been playing these keg tappings, not one time has somebody gone like this. Okay, so
No pressure.
All right, so here we go. Drum roll. Let's see how we like it. If it's one long sip or just a little taste test. Here we go. I hate when that happens. 10 years and counting.
Hello there, Facebook land.
And now,
Here's your host,
Matthias
Matthias House.
Cleveland. Please enjoy.
That was awesome, man.
Hopfen
Congratulations.
Spezial
Thank you.
with
So,
Josh
how's the beer?
Jones and our
Excellent.
hostess,
Very good.
Barbara Besa, will
It's
also be
close to the hoppy lager, but it's
all of the beer
really good, like an
tonight.
IPA. It's
We welcome
No,
members of
not
our
very.
shop
It's
club
got a little bit of hop to it, but
Cleveland.
very
Remember,
citrusy,
you
very
can
floral.
find out more how
Wonderful.
You can
very
earn
good. So,
complimentary beer all year long. Becoming a member of the Stein Club, you'll also get a very special.
I'm going to try to get out of everybody's way. I'm going to head back to podcast here.
Hofbrauhaus of Munich and a little private cage, a cellar to keep that Stein in, yeah, with your own lock. You can come here at any time.
Let's head on
enjoy
back.
Our good beer from Hofbrauhaus Cleveland. There's Kevin. Let's see if he's going to fill that up. There he goes. All the way to the rim. Where's Gail? I don't know. Gail, did you get her beer? We need to get a beer for her. While we're enjoying this first couple beers, we want to remind everyone, St. Patrick's Day, our doors will open. It's a Monday morning. So you want to call in sick? If you're working still, call in sick on St. Patrick's Day
We're still going live, brother.
Doors will open at 8 o'clock, and we have the Cleveland Firefighters Memorial.
All right.
And drums performance
That
already
was,
at 9 o'clock. We're going to have green beer, Irish food specials at the Burke.
You didn't get your stuff?
Got whose beer is this?
Yours.
Nice.
Lots of entertainment as well. St. Patrick's Day here at home.
So at some point they're going to join us. I'm not sure. This
Very special.
was my first keg tapping.
Nice.
How about you?
Yeah, we've been here for a few.
Have you?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
April 11th and 12th, right here.
chaotic across the board. All that what just happened was discussed back in the brewery right before it happened.
Yeah.
And
do that
it was all
every
spur
month.
of the moment.
They do that every month. You should get down here and check it out.
With his German
I thought it was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. It's
So we
awesome.
kind of let you see what's going on. Rob and crew are here. I think they're going to join us here in a few minutes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Josh will be here as well.
Just to
Let's just start
be
from the beginning.
official, episode 93 of the BlabberMalt Show.
Yeah.
March 5th, 2025. And we're obviousobviously at the Hofbrauhaus. And thanks for remembering my beer. I couldn't grab it with the camera.
It's
and
fresh off the
everything.
thing. You know.
Nice.
So
What do you think?
dude,
I think Rob should have chugged it, though. I think you should have.
yeah, we talked about that.
I know. You should have.
So we did we kind of maybe you heard some of this earlier when we were talking, but we had a little over under between all the guys. Like,
Yeah.
is he going to tap it? So we had two things, right? Successful, unsuccessful. Then we had how many swings.
Yeah.
Josh said 4 was over under. 3.5 was over under, so we got 4.
Yeah.
And it was about 3.5 to 4. So I think
Yeah.
that Josh kind of won.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that, but
He's seen a lot of cake tappings.
a lot.
Yeah.
Every month for lots of years now. You know, talk about some of the things, being in episode 93. This is this in between episodes celebrated our 2-year anniversary, dude.
I didn't even realize. But Rob remembered.
He remembered. I posted on us. We were
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
after Winter Warmer.
The what?
Took a picture of the two of us.
Dude, look at that picture. I am wiped out. I am wiped out in that picture.
What do you call that? So wasted at Winter Warmer?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, I blame Tom because, him and Maria pour for you guys at Lorraine Brewing Company. And
I do.
I was stationed right in front of the Abuela's Mexican Stout and the Better Together. So it's right here. I'm just pouring it. One for a customer, one for me.
That's only 12%, dude. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I know. I should have been stationed down at the low end.
Luckily for me, I was sober. I drove you all home. Had a good time.
Yes.
It was a fun night. So, going back to what we do, this is a really special episode. We are on Wednesday here at Hofbrauhaus. Typically, our show is when?
Tuesdays at 7.
Yep.
Either out and about at a fun brewery or back in the studio talking to a brewer or a beer purveyor of some sort.
Yep.
That's how we do.
Yeah, we're always going live on Facebook and YouTube. I said it before. Cross-posting on Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News Facebook.
These guys in here.
Hey, come on over, bud. Here. Want to scoot over one? There he is. Congratulations.
You did it.
That was a lot of fun.
Ton of fun.
That was my first keg tapping. You?
My first. Yes, I'm a virgin keg tapper.
Not anymore.
No longer a virgin keg tapper.
3.5 swings to tap that cherry, just so we know.
3.5. They said it was 5, but I think I broke the seal on 1, to be honest with you.
So you did.
I did.
You
The rest of it was just kind of the massage it in, but it was broken on 1.
Yeah, just
One
seal it.
swing.
Seal the deal.
You had some squirtage,
A little squirted.
and then finished off in 2 more.
Finished it off in 2 more.
That's what I'm talking about. So for you guys, obviously here we're with Rob Tittle from Northeast Ohio Craft Brewing News. We're going live on their page. We just mentioned that. Really just want to talk to you. I'll give you the mic, and you and Dave can chit-chat. Dave's not his first rodeo, so talk about some experiences, how this came to be, all the things, and let's talk about the beer we're drinking.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do we want to talk about, Dave?
Well, first thing, I think you should have chugged it. I'm just saying. That's just.
I should have.
No, I mean, you want to savor it, right? This is
I was savoring for sure.
There's a nice malty yet hoppy lager, right?
It is. It kind of straddles the line between a lager and an IPA, I think. I mean, it's got a nice. There's definitely a hop bite there, but it's pretty subtle.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very citrusy, very floral, but it's got a nice taste to it. Very clean.
I hope the mothership isn't watching because there are Citra hops in here. I don't think that's allowed. That's a no-no.
Are we breaking some German purity laws by including Citra hops in there?
I think we are. Yeah.
Those are not noble hops.
Yeah. We'll ask Josh, but I say ask for forgiveness, not permission.
That's right.
And this is a very tasty beer.
Very tasty.
And it's gonna be on all month or until it runs out. So you got to get down here and get yourself a liter. I'm drinking a half liter.
Half a liter. We got to drive home.
And it's a school night.
And it's a school night.
So we do have to talk about Winter Warmer, but if you guys don't know, we do a show every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, subscribe, like, do all the things. And also hit up our Spotify or our Printify shop and get yourself some swag. Shirts, hats, hoodies.
And we should add to that, now that we're hopefully getting through this winter, get some springy time stuff, some racerback tees.
Yeah,
whatever,
Some Speedos.
Why not?
Bikinis.
If we had those on the site, you could have worn them tonight under your apron. And of course, you seem like you would wear that too at the beach.
Yeah, flash it up, And you'd never be invited back.
Ever. Because nobody wants to see that.
So how'd this come to be? Tell us how this played out.
Oh, gosh. You know what? It really was just happenstance. We had the whole March Madness tournament going on, and, January was kind of recruiting the breweries and trying to figure out what beers they wanted to submit. It's the second year for doing the tournament, and the first year was kind of thrown together on a whim on very short notice, kind of inspired by some of the other March Madness pools that are happening around the state. I know Cincy.com or Cincy Inquirer or whatever the newspaper is down there has done one for years. My friend John Seacott out at Northwest Craft Brewery News. They have a lot less breweries out there in the northwest part of the state, but he's done his for about 5 or 6 years. And I thought, man, it would be real fun to have something like that here in our corner of the state. So
yeah, I appreciate you doing it because it is a lot of fun to follow that from day to day, week to week, see who's on top.
Yeah,
and
it's fun, and I think it gives some of the smaller breweries in the area kind of a platform and gives them some recognition when you've got a Fatheads going against like an ESP or something from. I don't know if that's a matchup. I'm just using a couple examples. Smaller versus bigger, and you're posting about it, talking about it. And people are like, "Who's the CSP? Never heard of them before." So I think it kind of gives a platform to all the great breweries that we have around the state. Over the course of the month. But like I said, last year was the first one, and I chose the beers. This year, I decided to kind of change it up a little bit, let the breweries choose their beers. So we put out a call to action in early January and said, submit your beers. Hofbrauhaus, Mary Kate, emailed me directly and told me what she wanted her beer to be. And in the course of just conversation back and forth over email, she said, you know what, we'd love to have you come down and do a celebrity keg tapping. I said, I'm far from a celebrity, but let's go. Let's do this.
Saw it live as it was happening.
Yeah.
And dude, you made me talk.
I
did.
Everybody. I did, because I am not a public speaker.
Oh my gosh.
I can do this in front of a camera here because I know there's, nobody watching, all 9 people that are watching right now.
Obviously.
But, when there's 100, 150 people in a tap room here, right?
We were back in the brewery kind of prepping for the walkout, and Josh was like, hey, it's really standard to have the organization get up and talk about what they're doing and all the things like that. And Rob's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we'll make Matthias talk.
He looks right at me. He's like, Matthias talk. I'm like, bro. He's like, hey, you're part of the network. I'm like, you're not wrong.
He's part of the network, and he's got the public speaking thing down pat.
It is true. So that's fine. But it was great to see that process and really the idea. So a couple things happening. the March Madness thing is good for people for the reasons that you stated, right? As it gets people out there, piggybacking on the passport that's out there right now. You've mentioned it. Get yourself out there to try those breweries. If you're going to vote for them, it's a great way to do that. Like, go get a check-in. Most of these people that are in the brackets are on the passport as well. Not everybody, but most people. So you can go out, like tonight, we get a check-in here.
Yeah, we get our check-in.
Come to a brewery, try the beer that's in the bracket, and then vote. I mean, what better way to spend your day, your
Checking
week?
in right now.
He's going to check in right now.
I am.
Destination Cleveland, Cleveland passport. Rob, you're here right now. We're going to check in. We've all done it. We're promoting you. Destination Cleveland,
Does
Cleveland
anybody
brewery
have the
passport.
4-digit code? Because I checked in on
We're
Ohio.
not
Untapped
allowed
already.
to say it out loud here.
You can tell me it though, right?
We'll
Okay,
tell
thanks.
you. Only because you're drinking a beer right now. We got so wrapped up in what we were doing, we really didn't get a chance to do my pre-show selfie. So it's a tradition over 2 years. This is our 2 years.
Well, you
so let's
didn't do
check
the
it out.
picture.
Ready?
You got to do it right on air.
He
All
takes
right,
his
there you go.
glasses off.
So can we
That
talk
means
about
we're not young anymore.
we talk about winter warmer for just a second?
Do we have to? Yeah.
I mean, wow. Did you guys have a good time?
Had a blast.
I mean,
Absolute blast.
yeah.
We did go Facebook Live for a moment there, but it was pretty loud in there. I
Super
thought
loud.
This is probably my 4th overall time and 3rd in a row. Skipped a couple years during COVID. Obviously, 2021 was completely called off because of COVID. But yeah, this is the 3rd year for me, and I don't know how you guys thought about last year. Last year I was a little bit worried, to be honest with you. Just kind of looking around the room and everything. I mean, it was a great time, but it felt like attendance was down to me, just visually. I didn't feel that this year. Place felt packed to me.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the
I know it sold out both years,
Yeah,
but
the
the feeling just felt like there were less people there last year.
Busy.
Well, Matthias finally let me pour for Lorraine Brewing, so I felt I was on cloud 9. You know.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, it was great. Tremendous attendance, amazing beers, and great time as always. I think it's the best beer fest in Ohio.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of our friends down there.
Yeah, we got a bunch of friends. Obviously, everybody that we know is down there. It is, we'll tout that as the OCBA's premier event. It is the best brew fest in Ohio for the year. It's just wonderful. We had a whole lot of breweries putting over 200 beers. Everybody's best, biggest, and baddest beers are poured. Most of the brewers are there, and owners of the breweries are there talking with people and interacting because it matters for the OCBA. So it really is a good bang for your buck for the day. If you didn't leave there in an Uber, you probably should have been, to be honest with you.
What was that?
If you didn't leave there in an Uber, you should have.
Right. Yeah, you didn't do it right if you didn't leave in an Uber.
We also got a chance to collaborate on a few of our shows coming up,
Yeah.
which is great. So we have a little list of people that we're looking at doing today.
Yeah, so we're at the LBC stand. I'm like, Matthias, we're gonna pour beer. You go out and do not come back until you get at least 4 breweries to come on the show. I was like, go.
So while he didn't do that, he did a few times.
But you came through. You got
Everybody-
we got
so-
a bunch of people.
You know, we appreciate all y'all. We always talk about like, sharing, and subscribing. We want you to do that because it's crazy that people who like and follow our page is under 1,000. But we get 3,000 to 10,000 views on a show sometimes.
Yeah.
And so people are watching. Your page helps a little bit too. Our page helps a little bit too. And we are connected. I mean, obviously our pages messages go back and forth. So we do see all of those pages. But we have some really good things coming. Really promoting the beer scene. Continue to talk about the March Madness as that progresses, as we get people out and about. Talking about other things that are happening and just not just in March, but April and May in the beer world. I know there'll be a lot going on. I I think it's important that you're here to, as we always lean to you on things that are beer news. For instance, you found online that our A1A license popped up before I even did, right? Which is a blessing across the board. I'm like, hell yeah, he knows. This is great because I didn't even know. So I'm going to look to Rob to find out information that I don't even know about my own brewery. So I appreciate that. I really do. Why don't you take a moment, since we're posting on both, so that just give your heart on NEOCBN, talk about some of those things in general, purpose, vision, what's coming up next, all those things.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I think anybody that's watching right now, all 9 of you, you got to know what we're all about. And, you know, we've been around since 2017, and our mission is really just to kind of grow, expose, and tell the stories about the industry, right? Because there's just, I mean, it's so much more about the liquid in the glass than just the liquid itself. It's really about the people, and that's the thing that we've kind of come to fall in love with most in the 8-9 years that we've been covering the industry now is just the people and the connections that you build within the industry. So we're just all about telling their stories, and you know, we like to have fun, a little bit of fun along the way. Sure, we're here to break some news about the latest, newest brewery that's opening.
Well, all that, and it's incredibly lucrative, isn't it? You know, thousands of dollars.
All the I think Facebook. I am monetized now, and I think I might have broke 3 digits. I think I got $100 last month.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly lucrative.
Yes.
Make so much off this page. No, it's all about the love of the industry, and I could care less if I make $1 off this page, to be honest with you. I'm happy for the 19,000 followers that we built, but if we had 100 followers, I'd still be doing it because I just love the industry.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate you. I used to go out and try to gather the news myself, and there's no point in doing that. I just go to your page.
Well, yeah, that was the idea for it, really, and the impetus for it. When I started in 2017, there was a handful of beer writers and beer bloggers in the area that covered the industry. Mark Bona, Cleveland.com, Rick Armand, who was with Ohio.com at the time, and, you know, a handful of other ones. And they were all publishing their own stories, but as the industry kind of continued to grow, like Rick, when I first talked to and met Rick, he said, you know, when I started covering the industry and writing about it in 2011 or whatever, there were 50 breweries in the state, and I knew every single brewer and every single brewery owner.
Oh, man.
He said, but as it's grown and grown, I can't keep up with it anymore. It's just too much. The industry's growing too fast, and so I thought, why don't we have a place on Facebook that's kind of consolidates all the news stories from all the great beer writers in the state, the Marks, the Ricks, and it's just grown and evolved over that time from me sharing other people's stories to us kind of covering and writing about it ourselves, and here we are 8 years later and still doing it. We
sure appreciate you allowing us to cross-post and kind of including us under the umbrella and bring us in. You know, it's gotten us some more views, and it's just fun to talk to people who really love craft beer as much as we do. So.
Absolutely, and that's kind of why I contacted you guys and said, why don't we bring you guys under the NEOCBN umbrella, because I am always about trying to expand the tent and try to grow other people's followings as well. And I think you guys do such a tremendous job of going out there and talking to the movers and the shakers in the industry, the stuff that I wish I had the time and the charisma to do. I don't have the time to do a show every Tuesday night. You guys do it, so it's a natural
Well, we got
fit.
nothing else to do. We might as well do a show.
This guy has nothing else to do. He's bored. Bored at home. Oh, let's start a podcast on Tuesday nights. I got nothing going on.
Yeah. So, and also, thanks for allowing us to glom onto this event tonight.
Absolutely.
You're not wrong, right? We got, oh my gosh.
I'm going to get out of here now and let...
No, quickly though, I want to say you, you know, like, we do this for very important reasons. Like, I am busy.
Yes.
Right?
You are.
But I believe that content is important. Yeah. And you believe in something, and you believe in craft breweries, and you believe in our industry, promoting and supporting people, it's super important to do that. And so we spent 2 years now promoting our industry, going to places, bringing them back in, because I love talking to people. we have some of the best people in the industry.
100%.
People who have given not just their talents, but their time and their family and their income to really creating a experience for people to hang out in. Or in Josh's case, you know, he gives his time and energy and efforts to do that across the board. Mm-hmm. And it's just really important.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's less about time and more about the fact that, you know, we just have to do these things for everybody to succeed. I was around 9 years ago before anybody else was in the business, and, you know, you getting in, everybody knew everybody, and now we have a lot of breweries. Let's keep these people around. And so we have a lot of avenues to do that. You're promoting people, we're promoting people, we have opportunities to do this. Today was a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. It was a lot of fun. Like, big deal, not like, hey, you're super important, or I am, or whatever, but big deal because it was just fun.
Yep.
Promotes a local brewery and the things they do every month. The beer they put out, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. Like, this hoppy lager is killing it.
Yep.
Tommy's fixing my Thanks, brother.
No, you're right. I think it's about promoting the people and promoting the industry. And, you know, to be honest with you, before Mary Kate contacted me over email and asked me to come down and do a keg tapping here as a celebrity tapper, which I'm far from celebrity. I'm not Joe Thomas, just in case you didn't know, or any of the other really
like
cool
him.
celebrities that they've had here in the past.
Lanky,
but
drink water.
Before Mary, I am lanky. Before Mary Kate brought it up to me, I had no idea they did a monthly keg tapping, so I learned something, and now we're telling a story about Hofbrauhaus and their monthly tappings here, and hopefully there's one or two viewers out there that are learning something too. So it's just about building awareness.
We're excited. Yep. Well, thanks for having us out here today with you all.
Thank you for coming.
To be part of the NEOCBN network, promoting what we do, promoting all the breweries in the area, helping us get our news, helping me find out that I have a license online before I even knew it. Makes me happy, dude.
Big Top Brewing Company. You heard it. Here first.
Here first, as usual. So
some dude just sat down beside us here. I thought maybe we'd introduce him. We saw him on the video earlier.
Man.
This is Josh.
Yeah, why not?
The brewer who made this incredible beer. We're going to ask you, are you going to get a...
Join that one. Yes,
oh, okay.
The camera's that way.
So Citra hops in a German beer.
Yeah, mostly Simcoe, but a little bit of Citra.
Okay.
So on the back end, there's that Citra.
Is that going to get you in trouble?
No, this is actually one of the first beers we're allowed to kind of screw around with the hops.
All right.
Screw around. Technical term here, yeah. But no, Hopfen Spezial is basically meant to be a celebration of new hops, special hops. So
okay.
This beer, we do a Hopfen Weizen, so a hoppy wheat. So those two beers that we'll have on the calendar for the year, play around with the hops just a little bit. So FYI, the Hopfen Weizen, hoppy wheat will be coming out this summer, and we'll do probably more mosaic. So it'll be a Weizen wheat beer.
A little danker.
Yeah, I like that mosaic. Obviously most of the beers we do here are German.
We're fantastic.
We did bring out the bourbon barrel Doppelbock. We do have that on tap right now. So,
okay.
But we got some lager, some Hefeweizen, the Dunkel, our 3 year-round beers, and then the Hopfen Spezial, which is the IPL we tapped tonight, and then the bourbon barrel Doppelbock. So,
all right, we want
a spectrum.
The Hopfen Weizen, right? The new one we just did, not the Hopfen Weizen. What was the new one you just did today?
Hopfen Spezial.
Yes. So let's talk about that one.
Sure.
Give us a rundown as much as you possibly can about it as we kind of do that, and then we'll get into the next thing about the podcast and work our way back down.
Okay, so I cheated a little bit with this one. There actually is some Simpson Golden Promise malt in that, so it's a nice, easy pale malt for the base. And then I was looking at BSG, which is where we order pretty much all our malt from, and they had some new Mars malt, which is kind of like a an amber wheat, so it's got a little bit of that in there. I had never used it before, and obviously it's pretty new, but I thought it worked well.
So is
lager yeast, and then I'm trying to think. We used 44 pounds of Simcoe, and then about 33 pounds of Citra in there as well. So this is a hoppy beer for me. I mean,
yeah.
I think,
is this a departure? I mean, you've had this beer before. Is this a departure with the grain bill mostly?
It is. I try to change it up every year, try something new, a little bit of hops, a little bit of malts. I don't have the ability to do super small batches, so kind of going with it.
You have to be pretty sure of what you're doing.
So I would let you know that you can do small batches at our brewery or anybody else that's small. Everybody would love to do that. Yeah, collaboration, right? So
we can do that.
I think that as we expand this conversation, there's no reason why people who are stuck on not stuck, you guys are killing it, but the size system you have right now, that you can't come and enjoy. We have 2 5-barrel brew pubs that you can just turn beers on a regular basis for fun. We could share a keg, we could do whatever. I don't know if you can do that or not, but we can put it on tap. You can enjoy it and try it and have fun and do whatever you guys like to do. But we're not the only one that are that same size across the board. So I would love to see what you do and your beer acumen kind of begin the process of doing that. I think that 2020. So from 2015 to 2020, we did. My gosh, the number of collaboration beers we did was just outrageous.
Nice.
Everybody. That was the whole point of the business. Like, we want to hang out with people, want to brew beer together. It was a lot of fun.
It's fun.
2020 and on kind of crushed it.
Oh, yeah.
We do some now still, but it's not the same, right? So I think that if we could just, we're friends, we can hang out, we can brew a beer together and just do whatever it takes. It'd be kind of fun. So
absolutely.
Keep that in mind as you move forward. I know we would love to do that with you and so anybody else for that matter, but try things out. I do want to mention this beer before we go on. For people out there, right? I mean, you look at the kind of the color, right? This is the big thing today is that cold IPA, right? Same concept, right?
IPL, yeah.
IPL, cold IPA.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I would almost put this in the IPL category as a little darker, malty body, which is fine.
Yeah. Right? I'll be honest, I brew for me. If that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm brewing, and I'm hoping people like it. But
I would say everybody else does too, to be honest with you. So a little bit of malt backbone, right? Yeah. A little bit of really balanced bitterness, really, really pungent, fresh hops. If you think that you can't come to Hofbrauhaus and, I don't really, I'm itching for a IPA style of beer, bro, you killed it. Just saying.
Thank you.
I think it's great.
Yeah, most of the beers here, we pretty much all about sessionability, drinkability. I mean, the lager, the hef, the dunkel, all these beers are right around 5%. So I call them social beers.
The dunkel here is, come on.
I mean, you're serving them in
steins
like this. So
1 liter steins. It can get you into trouble. I mean, it's almost 3 12-ounce beers. I mean, it's 34 ounces in a liter, 34 and change. But
yeah, I mean,
it happens.
The server's at. Do you want a half liter or you want a liter? Well, actually, you want a liter or a half liter?
It's easy to get talked into the liters, but if you want to try a couple different beers, we do have a sampler.
You offer flights.
We do have flights, but I usually stick with the halves, just so you can try a little bit of variety.
What beer is this one?
So that's our Helles, the premium lager. That's our number 1 seller by far. 5.2%, 21 IBUs, all German malts. We use Weirmann out of Germany, so traditional Bohemian lager yeasts. These brews are.
You crush these on the patio.
Yeah, it's what we call a patio crusher. Yeah.
Dave knows about that.
What? No way.
patio pounders.
Porch pounder.
Porch pounder. Winter
Didn't you
warmer.
hear?
rec-
I'm in the
rec-
moderation now. I'm in the
Is
moderation
that what happened
now.
on Saturday?
Shut up. Shut your hole.
So, come get a flight of these beers. So, how long have you been here at Hofbrauhaus Cleveland?
Since the beginning. We were under construction in 2014. I started July of 14, and as I say, the brewery was still dirt floors at that point. And before that, Great Lakes Brewing for 8 years, from 2006 2014. Prior to that, I had worked in the oil industry for Hess Oil out in New Jersey for a big oil refinery out there.
Wow.
So it was kind of a blessing. I look back at it, and I'm grateful for the training. It's a lot of hands-on training, a lot of school training.
A lot of fluid dynamics.
Exactly.
I imagine,
So
yeah.
I had gone to Marietta College prior to that, so I had a business degree, about 2 years of engineering. I had worked in the oil industry, obviously, like I said, but so I'm creeping up on almost 20 years, and I'm starting to feel like one of the old-timers, which is kind of surprising, because when I got into it, I was a young buck. It was interesting to see how things changed in the early teens. Great Lakes, when I started there, they were doing 52,000 barrels when I started, and when I left there in 14, it was like 150.
Wow.
So that, you don't realize it at
That's
the
a
time.
lot of liquid, yeah.
But when I look back at it, think, how much change there was when I was there. It was crazy to see that much growth. So, we're doing less than 1,000 barrels here at Hofbrauhaus, and they're doing, 150,000 times that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
You don't have a small brew house, so
It's a 17 barrel, 20 hectoliter, 17 barrels. So we definitely have the capacity to do more.
you're going to see it soon. Behind us, we're going to get a tour, which is great.
Yeah. See, you can see the beautiful
Beautiful
copper tanks
behind us.
Yeah.
Do you ever,
Getting a good polish right now. If anybody wants to come in and help.
Tommy, want to polish some copper? This kind.
Whoa. Hey now.
We're still, well, exactly. Wax on, wax off. That's fun. So what's the next beer? Speaking of beer, what's the next beer on the list?
So we're moving on to our second most popular beer, which is the Hefeweizen traditional wheat beer. 5.3%, 23 IBUs. Just a nice balance of banana and clove. Again, another classic German
This is the wheat.
session beer.
Dude, that's so good.
It is good.
I mean, that's a great, great beer. And I personally want to thank you. I don't care. I'll say it online. I hope you don't get in trouble. As breweries across the region, people share ideas, people share concepts, people share grain, people share hops. I think the majority of people in our area buy their hops from Fatheads. Thank you, Julie. Across the board.
Today's beer was brought to you by the Hop Queen, Julie.
Hop Queen, Julie, let's go. So that's just how it works, right? I mean, they're buying whole hop fields, and they're doling out to everybody else that can't do that. And
they're definitely spreading the love.
it is the love. I know that we put a beer out called Banana Hammock. It's our Hefeweizen, and we try to keep it around as much as possible. But there are times in the industry where it's really difficult to find a really quality Hefeweizen yeast that throws this type of ester. And so there's times we've come and we've brought our own kegs over, and we've shared yeast between each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that is super beneficial, right? We're talking, for a brewery of our size, we have 2 5-barrel systems currently. A 5-barrel pitch of Hefeweizen yeast, the good stuff, right? The liquid yeast could sometimes it's like $300 a pitch plus shipping.
It can get expensive. it's getting a little, I don't want to say outrageous, but it's definitely gone up. I mean, just 10 years brewing here, the prices are dramatic. I mean, but,
Off
you
the
know, you got
charts.
to pay for good quality.
Good quality.
We use Y East
Yep.
out of Oregon.
Yep.
I mean, there's White Labs is also very good.
Yep.
Omega in Chicago. Some of the staples. I mean,
And the best part about a brewery is once you ferment with it, you create more yeast than what you need for the next time, and so you kind of perpetuate that. And you could brew more batches, or you could, what some people do, and do big batches. They dump some and keep some.
yeah.
And breweries that have a little bit bigger systems in our area always reach out to the smaller guys and say, by the way, I'm finishing up this Hefeweizen, right?
Come and get it.
Anybody coming to look for, I don't need a whole pitch, I need this for the next batch, but I have a couple sixtels ready to roll, bring your stuff, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's huge. And so for us, I appreciate that because you've done that for us multiple times.
No problem.
Appreciate that, dude. No, it's just a big deal. It's important to talk about that because we are a family of breweries
It's a
in the
good
Cleveland
community.
area.
It really is. I mean, there's a couple like group discussions, and I think even just yesterday somebody was reaching out for like a bourbon barrel, and I happened to have one and offered it, and it just works out.
Perfect.
So,
Stop jerking each other off, guys. Come on. It's a family show.
It was Tom started of waxing the
Come
copper, so I had to wax some copper, and I appreciate
All
it,
right,
both here
I get
and
it.
on top.
on. I
of
get
there,
it.
so
I get it.
waxing poetically about BFF. So
It's true, and it helps.
it's important though. The Hefeweizen
Yeah.
really struck that mind because you drink it, you say, okay, some batches have tasted very similar to this. There's a reason. Some batches have tasted similar to some bigger breweries in our area. There's a reason, right? Because
Yeah.
they have been
see,
very
that-
generous to
It's
us.
sourdough effect. You know, you take a little bit, give a little bit. You know, it carries
Well, that
over.
helps us out as beer lovers because good beer gets perpetuated around the. So, all right.
So rising tide.
So, jerk each other up, and it's fine. So, hey, let's talk about, you guys got some stuff coming up. I didn't know what we were going to do. I had
Sure.
some notes. You guys have a St. Patty's Day thing coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately it's on a Monday, but we'll still be busy.
Yeah.
We're opening up for Kegs and Eggs, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, 8 a.m. I think is.
Yeah.
So we're pretty close enough to the parade route that we will definitely get busy, and we have yeah, like a block over. So we'll have live music all day going on, and it's a good time.
Drink specials. You guys going to be?
They've got some
Pudding.
breakfast specials, Kegs and Eggs, and I'm sure we'll be doing plenty of corned beef.
If I need green beer.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, do I love it? No,
No.
but you know, everybody's, you know, it's fun.
So
it's
dumb.
festive.
So dumb.
As long as they're drinking my beer, I guess I don't
Yeah.
care. But
I don't care what color it is.
If you want to make it green, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It works.
I
I don't mind it.
Heinzgebot.
Yeah, what you said.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's very anti-Reinheitsgebot.
Well, the rule is
After
you
fermentation.
Can, you can put it in after fermentation, yes. If you're not using it to make the beer, you can put it in finished beer. So that's the trick.
Josh says you can put it in after. To put it in after.
It's totally fine. Yep,
Totally fine.
That's that Reinheitsgebot, the Bavarian
Yeah.
Purity Law, 1516.
It's crazy.
All right, so
But I dig it though.
we got the Lenten menu starts today here.
Yeah, I'm probably not the best to talk about the menu.
Yeah,
But yeah, new special menu, fish specific,
all right.
started today. Yeah,
I know pierogies.
it's a
down
big
there.
staple here. We
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
a lot of pierogies,
A lot of
schnitzel, all that fun stuff. Too much. I go home
Yeah.
smelling like bratwurst every night. I don't know if that's good or bad.
So, you know, just like schnitzel, you can leave here with sausage all over you after a phenomenal brew day. When
What? Wait, what?
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 So, I do. I do want you guys to talk quickly with Rob about some events that are coming up in NEOCBN with Hofbrauhaus. I'm going to hit the head. I'm going to come back. We're going to try the last beer. And then, but no, listen, I want to do a tour of the brewery. I think that's really important for everybody to talk about Hofbrauhaus in general. But I'll be right back. So, Rob, let's talk.
Oh, crap. He's making me talk?
Yeah, you have to talk.
How about I let you talk? It's your show.
I don't know. I mean, just like Matthias, he's got to pee halfway through the show. Like,
What'd you guys think of Winter Warmer?
Loved it. Loved it.
He left? I thought he was going to do something important.
No, he's got to pee. Yeah. He's enjoying too many of these.
Oh, wow.
Dave, snack on something.
What do we have here?
Oh, okay. We got.
It's good service around here.
I know, right? The servers are very
Extraordinary.
attractive. Very attractive.
He's got the right shirt on.
Oh, yeah. So, look, what we're going to do here, we'll talk about some music events while Matthias is gone. We've got what are you laughing at back there? She's delayed a little bit, so I don't know. So we got Billy Morris and the Sunset Strip. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Friend of ours, played in Warrant, but he's going to be opening for a AC/DC cover band called Back in Black at the local in Strongsville. The local pub in Strongsville.
Cleveland legend Billy Morris.
Cleveland legend, for sure, yeah. So that's coming up this Saturday.
Who fronted what band in the 80s?
Which
one?
He played guitar for Warrant.
Warrant, okay.
Yeah, and he was also in Quiet Riot for a hot minute.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Hi, Barb.
We should. Come on.
Okay.
Hey,
Here's
we
the
got
real
Barb.
star of the show. We're bringing Barb on.
Yeah, this is.
One and only bar.
How do you like the beer, gentlemen?
The beer is okay. It's all right.
Okay.
We're talking to Josh about it.
Oh, they were just leaving, so you give him a little bit beer, huh? That's okay.
The beer is amazing.
So you want me
Phenomenal.
to bring you some schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Yeah.
I love schnitzel.
Okay, so I'll bring you a little bit. So you wait, and here I go chop it off and bring you some. Okay?
Okay.
There you go. I go get you schnitzel.
Oh,
Appreciate
she's
it.
speaking my love
Okay,
language
let's
now.
see it.
Selfie time.
That's my part. I get a schnitzel. I said, no, don't leave.
Oh no, we're gonna be here.
She just said schnitzel. That's like the magic word.
Yes.
You had me at schnitzel.
I gotta try this barrel aged Doppelbock. Yeah.
Remember the first time?
Oh, you're jumping around out of order. Is that
Remember
allowed?
the first time we?
I mean, it's your show. You can do what you want.
This is the special.
It is. So you're already having it. I remember the first beer fest I took barrel aged Doppelbock to. There was some patron came up. He might have been a little inebriated, but it was literally, who the F puts Doppelbock in a bourbon barrel? And it always stuck with me.
Why not?
I don't know. I was just like, yeah, we did it. I mean, I'm not doing stouts and other big beers. I'm like, let's do a Doppelbock. Of course, my Doppelbock is a little bit darker, a little bit roastier than a traditional Doppelbock.
What does this come in as ABV?
Before we barrel age it, about 7.8. So it picks up a little bit in the barrel.
Yeah.
So this batch is from 2024. We aged it for about 6 months in some Heaven Hill barrels.
Very smooth. Very smooth.
We actually are doing another style, which we affectionately call Kaiser Schwarze. That's going to be next month's
Very nice.
keg tapping.
Next month. we
You
should be
actually
here for
got that? All right, good, because you're the only one who got it.
No, I got it. That's awesome.
But that beer's a little bit stronger. That's going to be April's tapping. And yeah, also aged in bourbon barrels. So that one was aged for 8 months in some Heaven Hill barrels. You might see a theme here. I like Heaven Hill. And they always
That beer
treat us
was
right.
at Stouted Out Loud, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Which was
so
fantastic. One of my favorites of the
might
day.
have had an ice bock there as well.
I tried it before I gave it away. An ice bock would be great. That's fun.
Right.
Yeah,
So we had
Bock's a great time.
three stronger beers.
Yep.
We had ice bock, the Kaiser, and the bourbon barrel Doppelbock, and seemed to be received pretty well.
That's awesome. So I
Now I can see why.
may have ran into some people in the bathroom that I might come over. Your house band, you guys that played tonight. We're standing there, look over, like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like,
Hey, stop looking.
They're coming back to drink with us.
yes, they're gonna come over and talk because like we're the house band here. We're gonna promote some of our shows. But I see them hanging out over here, so apparently,
They've been doing it for 10 years. We have a pretty good relationship. They're good guys.
10 years, every other Friday, recently.
Every month. They play every Friday. They're here every Friday, if not more.
Which is a lot. That's crazy and fun though. I mean, you walk
You had fun in
in
the bathroom?
tonight during the band
Oh, okay.
and the atmosphere and the little parade. The whole nine was a lot of cool. Now, does that happen every weekend?
Yeah, it gets a little crazy down here on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, even Sunday brunch. Maybe not brunch, too crazy, but Fridays and Saturdays pretty busy. Just for the record, you're allowed to dance on your chairs, but not the tables.
Not the tables.
Plenty
Not
of
the tables,
shot skis.
people.
So when you say
Chairs only.
shot skis here, that might be different because I had to clarify that earlier. What a shot ski was here. It's not like you're going out and getting, shots of 151. You're doing shots of beer, right?
Well, that was the beer fest. You can do whatever you want here. I mean, it's quite the
Do
selection.
Jaeger.
You want to do Jaeger?
Yeah.
I mean, that's personal choice. No problem.
That is a great choice. I love Jägermeister, but you can do like this.
You can do beer. Sure, no problem.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Hey man, we gonna tour this brewery or
we
what?
need to take a tour of the brewery.
I think we gotta do.
You ready to
that.
go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here I'll hold the. No, I'll hold it. You can come if you want to, but you can talk. Here you go. You and Dave.
What am I talking about? We could probably start with the brew house. It's a BrauCon brew house, 20 hectoliter, which equates to 17 barrels. So, yeah. One barrel obviously being 15.5 gallons, so times 2, that's your 31 gallons. You guys want to grab a beer, or you want to grab a beer back there?
Just gonna do this right here.
Bring whatever you
Watch
want.
this.
BrauCon brew house, 17 barrel system, straight from Germany. Little known fact, Fatheads has a much bigger system, but also a BrauCon system. Saucy Brewworks, also pretty much the same system exactly. I get a lot of grief from other brewers about this brew house because it's kind of a joke. I can actually mash in from home and start the
Really?
brew. So I usually start these brews about 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, finish up about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. But
How do you do that? How do you do that? You
well, it's this
Plug
little
the
fun
mask
thing called
on
the
or the-
internet and smartphones, and we got a nice little app on your phone. You can control the brew house. Come on.
okay? So I'm looking here, and you have a grain conveyor.
You want to walk up there?
You have a grist hydrator.
Yes, and actually one of the other neat things is these exhaust pipes, the stacks, they're actually just for looks.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't do anything. For the brew house, for the kettle specifically, this is a mash kettle. So we mash in here, And actually this pipe right here is actually what we call a steam condenser, stack condenser. So you have city water running through essentially a heat exchanger. So when you're boiling, you're creating steam instead of letting it vent outside. We're going to run city water through a heat exchanger. That steam is going through that heat exchanger, and we're transferring that heat over to city water, and we're capturing that hot water in the hot water tank in the back. So
that's going to the hot liquor?
Hot liquor tank,
okay.
Exactly. So one thing about this system is it's been made like very, very efficient. I've calculated it. We're about 3.5 to 1 ratio for water consumption to beer production, including cleaning, which is pretty low.
That is good.
So we're about 2 to 1 just in the brew house, and then about another 1.5 just for the cleaning cellar side. So Germans are very efficient and very conscious when it comes to the environment. So we're trying to, I don't want to say like utilize the water the best we can, but you don't want to waste a lot. So
for sure.
You can see a little bit here, but we have touchscreen control over all the cellar as well. So we've got 15 tanks between the brew house, or I'm sorry, the fermentation and the bright tanks. So fermentation, we have 9 tanks, 7 batches, 7 tanks, a double batch, and then 2 tanks that are single batch. And then the bright tanks here, which you're just looking at temperatures, 2 double tanks, so 40 hectoliters, just over 1,000 gallons of beer, and then 4 single tanks, so just under
1,000 gallons of beer.
Being
summoned.
No.
Oh, we left the
We've
table.
Got schnitzel.
We got schnitzel.
You guys better grab that, or she'll get upset. So.
Gotta grab this schnitzel. Rob, grab that schnitzel.
There's one quick view of the controls of the brew house. So, like I was saying, the mash kettle. So we're mashing in right here, going through about a 2.5, 3 hour cycle just for mashing. And then everything's transferred over to the ladder tun. Ladder tun's separating that barley from the worts, liquid wort. Wort's getting transferred back to now the kettle. We're doing all our boiling. And when we're done boiling, after adding those hops, give us some nice bitterness and aroma, we're gonna pump back into the cellar. So we'll go check that out. Thank you, Barb. And we got some schnitzel bites here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I feel like we're at home getting little treats.
I know.
Like your little snack. She's always taking care of us. All right, let's go check out the whirlpool. See if I can do this all in one hand. You guys want to go back, check out the cellar?
Yeah, let's go.
You want a little bite?
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Barb.
Okay, I'm sure. Take it down there.
A little bit quieter back here. So if we're kind of going through the brewing process, the next step after the kettle, after the boil, would be the whirlpool. So the thing about a whirlpool is you're plumbing in your pipe work, what we call tangentially. So when you're flowing your liquid wort, it's kind of like plumbed around the sidewall. So it creates that nice vortex. You're pumping in at a high rate of speed, and we're creating that natural centrifuge. Centrifuge effect is really for trying to get any proteins and hops that have what we call fallen out of solution during the boil, and kind of that hot break. So everything is going to kind of coagulate, clump together in the middle of the center of the vessel, this whirlpool, which is just an empty vessel right now. So that trube that we're kind of referring to, those things aren't bad. It's just that if we can make the wort clear here naturally, it's going to give us clearer beer later on in the process. So we'll sit in the whirlpool for about 40 minutes, and then from here we're going to pump out, go through our heat exchanger, This big black tank here, this poly tank, is all our cold liquor. So we're using cold water going through the heat exchanger, cooling down that wort, which was just at boiling temperature. So we're going to cool down to about 50 degrees for lagers and about 72 degrees for our Hefeweizen ale.
So when you run that cold liquor, where does the effluent from that go?
That is a great question. It's like you know I was thinking.
I know how brewing.
So everything is going out of that, through that heat exchanger, is coming out nice and hot. So it's actually coming out about 170 degrees, which is exactly perfect for our hot liquor tank. So stacked on top of the whirlpool, we've got the hot liquor tank. So essentially, we will go through enough water between the stack condenser and the kettle, and then also with the heat exchanger, as we're knocking out of the whirlpool, we'll have enough water to start a second batch. So I could theoretically do 2 batches in a day. I've done it. It's a super long day. It's about 16 hours. Don't love to do it, but it's possible.
But I mean, that's a great way to recycle that water.
It
right?
is. So we're essentially catching all that energy, reusing it. So all that steam heat, all the natural resources that went into creating the steam in the brew house, we're recapturing that heat, putting it into hot water, being able to use the hot water in the next batch or for cleaning, essentially. So we have an independent hot water system back here just for the brewery per se. So this setup here is basically for aeration. One side is for air, one side is for steam. So when we're kind of prepping to do a new batch, we'll have our hoses hooked up here and say we're gonna brew into tank number 6 and we're gonna get yeast out of tank number 7 right here. We'll have a whole system looped around to our CIP system, and what we're going to do is a hot water sanitize. So 185 degrees water will get us a nice sanitize to kill off any present bacteria. But what we're doing with the steam is we're steaming out, sanitizing this whole aeration system. So as part of the Reinheitsgebot, we have to use actually ambient air. We don't use bottled oxygen. We actually have to use compressed air.
Oh, okay.
So that's one little fact. So it actually helps us because I'm not spending money on buying bottles of oxygen. So we have an air compressor, nice rotary screw type air compressor. It goes through a dryer, and then this little filter right here is real small, micron element. We can steam it out, and it's stainless steel, so it's getting sanitized every time, but then we're pushing the compressed air through this very small micron filter and basically oxygenating the wort as it's being knocked out of the whirlpool.
So you can't use a chemical sanitizer?
We could do a chemical sanitize. We do peracetic acid, but generally just for the tanks. For the loop, the knockout loop, we're just doing hot water. So it's pretty efficient. You're just using hot water. One great thing about this CIP system, might be a little bit dirty, but it's got a heat exchanger built into it. So not only can we heat up the hot water to our 185 to get that sanitized temp, we can heat up our caustic, we can heat up acid if you choose to. So you can set whatever temperature you want. You can control the flow through the loop. And so every time we've knocked out a batch, we're aerating, we're grabbing yeast, and we're knocking it into a tank. Matthias is looking at a tank right now, the double batch of Dunkel. So
it's nice, banging.
Consistent. The one great thing about the lagers is you can pretty much chart them. You're getting about 1 to 1.1, 1.2 degrees Plato a drop a day, and it's pretty meticulous. That yeast likes to just plug along, and as long as you get a good temperature raise for your diacetyl rust, everything's good. But these tanks 1 through 7 double batches, 8 and 9 over there on the right, single batches. And for our lagers, I'm letting everything go for 3 weeks, and then we're hoping to probably lager for another 5 weeks after that. So we're about a 2-month rotation to really brew to, getting ready to pour to glass. All these tanks on the left-hand side are your bright beer tanks. So bright beer, being the serving tanks, essentially your giant kegs of beer. The way you can always tell tanks when you go into a brewery is just looking at the bottoms of the tanks. So obviously we've got cone-shaped tanks for the fermentation vessels, and that's affectionately known as the cylindroconical fermentation vessel. So that aids in collecting the yeast and being able to repitch it when you're doing another batch. So for brewing, we talk about generations of yeast. I'm kind of just jumping around here, but we'll use the lager traditionally up to about 12. Oh, sorry. CIP system. We were talking about how great it is because it's got a heat exchanger built into it. Yeah, we were deep. Here's one other little ancient, archaic piece of equipment. I don't know if you've seen a diatomaceous earth filter. Ever heard of it? No, because nobody has. Nobody uses them. Nobody's heard of them. I just used this on Tuesday, and basically they were created for filtering wine. This one's been modified to filter beer at high pressure and also carbonated beverages. But basically what you're using is diatomaceous earth, DE, and you're dosing it into your stream of beer as it's coming into this machine. Everything is getting pumped into this vessel, into this, what's the word I'm looking for, to this cone-shaped vessel here. And basically what happens is the DE builds up on all these screens. So the DE turns into your filter. So it keeps layering up and it gets thicker and thicker, but the beer is pushing through all these screens. These are like essentially like frisbees, and it's got a spine going down the middle, and all that beer is filtering through every single screen, so it's kind of evenly dispersing throughout all these screens, pushing through the center and then going back out. So you're essentially going from the brew house to the fermentation, fermenting, lagering, and then you're filtering from the fermentation vessel through this filter over to the bright tanks. So you're trying to just mostly the lagers. So Hefeweizen, obviously unfiltered. That would be the OG hazy, as we like to refer to it here. But lager, Dunkel, Pilsner, something like that.
It's crazy.
You guys have any questions?
Yeah, I've never seen that piece of equipment.
So
That kind of filter.
nobody uses it. It's very tedious. There's a very specific way to start it up, and it takes forever to get it going. It takes forever to clean up. It's a giant mess. Oh yeah, DE is also a carcinogen in a powder form, so you have to use like dust mask. So don't take that the wrong way. It's never getting into the beer, but it's actually very efficient at filtering the beer.
Sure.
It's very old school, but not my favorite piece of equipment in this brewery. Probably my least favorite.
I mean,
It
I
works.
hear you,
It's-
but it works. And the product itself, I mean, but
So
at
all
the
the
end of the day, of the 5 core beers you have on tap, right? You filter
three year rounds. Yeah.
How many you filter? 2?
2. Yeah.
I mean,
So we're doing about a filtration twice a month,
Yeah.
something like that. So
Do they use this more in Germany? I mean, is this more of a European style?
very European. So this filter is actually made in Italy. Like I said, it was created to do wine, but kind of morphed and modified to do beer, high pressures. Yeah, when we're filtering beer, this could get all the way up to like 5 bar pressure.
that's great.
It's
That's
pretty
crazy.
high.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But works for the process. I mean, you're
It's very efficient. It's just very tedious, and it would be hard to train somebody. It took me a while to really kind of master it. I remember.
So the drill is Josh can't quit. He's been here for a long time. He's stuck here.
I hope my owners are listening to this. Thank you, Matthias.
Josh is here forever. Irreplaceable. We all love him. He can collaborate with us. He's cool with doing his normal thing here.
I did have one assistant who was very good at it, so but he's since left. But
He was with me for a bit,
he
right?
probably was. Yeah.
So hot and cold liquor. You have this really wonderful cleaning system here, which, my gosh, if anybody saw this, it's like a
Yeah,
dream
it's-
boat. I mean, we have a mobile one, but nothing like this. I mean,
It's It's kind of like one of those understated pieces of equipment that really pulls
Shoots
its weight.
caustic acid, hot water, on demand. It's a big deal. So
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think one of the best parts is you can reuse the chemicals for like, for me, I can barely dose in a little bit and run it for a week, if not 2 weeks. And then I'm running, the cleaner through draft lines and basically, using it all the way up.
So your caustic acid and your PA is where?
PA is just sitting here on the
Just
side,
your thing,
so
just
I'll just dose that in
dose
for
that in and go.
sanitizing fermentation vessels, bright tanks. That's really
Yep.
what the paracetic is
At the end,
being
yeah.
used for. But yeah,
You don't do a whole lot of kegs though, right? In general,
I'm sorry?
You don't do a ton of kegs.
we have a bunch of kegs, but they're really all just in-house.
Yeah.
So we've got a small bar in the back of the Hermit Club, which I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but
Not yet.
this building was all built around a 100-year-old building called the Hermit Club. So
That's
that
pretty
was
neat.
kind of like I'll say like a performing arts group that was kind of like focused around like theater.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like an all men's club, like going back over 100 years ago. It's also a little bit of a speakeasy when Prohibition was around. It's kind of a cool building. So all this was built around the Hermit Club and connected together. But we have a kegerator back there. We've got taps outside, taps
Yep.
upstairs.
For the beer garden.
The Fest Hall, which is another beer hall upstairs of the Hermit Club, that'll hold over 100 people. So yeah, we can go check it out if you want.
How many taps do you have on currently right now?
We have, including taps running off of kegerators, like 54 taps,
Really?
54 faucets.
Holy cow.
So
how many
including
bright tanks do you have
outside, upstairs, in the back.
Ooh.
So we only have 6 bright tanks, and then we have
Rest are kegged off.
2 extra lines running kegs. So we'll only potentially have 8 different styles on at a time.
But
we have
across
8
the
styles right now
premise, There's
across the
a
whole
lot.
building. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Big time.
So
I would love to see that. I mean, I think it'd be fun to walk out, turn and see some of the
old
other
building?
parts of the building. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't mind.
absolutely. You guys have any other
Brewery's
questions about the
wonderful,
brewery?
right?
Explain to this, like, is it for cleaning purposes or is it?
Correct. Yeah, the way I just have it sitting right now is just used it the other day, cleaned it, kind of just let it dry, So it'll tilt back up and stand upright. So yeah, so when this is in, when it's in use, this thing is actually, yeah. So this
Up
like
and down.
bell cap, whatever you want to call it, this vessel right here. So all these will get tightened down, and like I said, this was really high pressure. Yeah. So when you're tilting it like this and opening it up, it's really for cleaning all the DE off of all these screens. So it's falling down here, and I've got like a fancy bucket
Big hot mess.
that we're collecting all this DE. It literally looks like peanut butter when you're done. Cannot
Rob wore
reuse
this, by
it.
the way.
Yeah.
Anything good for plants or anything? Throw the water in.
There are people who know special things to use the DE for, but like I don't use it anywhere else. But it actually is used in pool filters, a different grade. So the grade that we're using is food grade specific. So it's like glycol,
Food grade.
coolant for cleaning your
Antifreeze.
tanks. Food grade. So if it ever mixed with the beer, it wouldn't taste great, but it's not going to hurt anybody. That's what food grade is. So everything we do in here is food grade. So, yeah. Definitely old school.
Sure.
But it works great.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Let's.
My pleasure.
I want to see some of the rest of this facility.
Sure.
So I'm gonna grab that whole plate so that we're not leaving food in the brewery. We're good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go
We're
see
gonna
what we
follow
can get
Stan
into.
Dave. Cooler here is for keg beers that go on taps.
Yep. Controls all the draft lines.
Let's go on the Kishka.
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you. So we got Stein Club members, they can lock up their steins.
Those are your like Mud Club?
Exactly. Yeah.
Stein Club?
Stein Club.
I'll say it correctly.
We have a couple more back here.
More Stein Club.
More taps back here.
Very nice.
So once we go through this doorway, this is the Hermit Club. So
this was the old Hermit Club?
This was, yeah. So over 100-year-old building.
What in the
So we got a little private bar back here, which you can actually
Now this is
rent.
already here, not redone?
It was already established when we came in.
There it is. Herman Impressions.
Yep.
So
So
it smells like an old men's club here in Cleveland.
yeah.
Can't hear me? We're out.
You need a hotspot?
We're pretty deep in the
Here, we'll take a walk upstairs real quick. I think the Wi-Fi works up there too.
I'm not sure we're on Wi-Fi. This is a deep old building in Cleveland. Here, it's your beer. Do you want to try head this way again or no? This way? Let's try it. We'll head upstairs real quick. Doesn't usually kick us off too much, but this is amazing, Josh.
Yeah, this next room is actually probably the coolest room besides the brewery. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can flip some lights on real quick.
Oh my goodness. What in the hizzy? Josh, dude. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so a lot of private events. We've got a bar over here. We're doing a bunch of weddings. Anything you pretty much think of. I've got some family members doing a wedding
I
reception.
mean, how
here.
old is this?
This is all 100 years old, 110, something like that.
It's a real
so
fireplace.
working fireplace.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
I mean, a good. It's old school, dude.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is one of the cooler rooms of the building. Definitely feels like you step into Europe when you walk up here. Preaching the good word about beer.
That's it. Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today in the presence of family and friends. Now, this is really cool. Some paintings on the walls, really old beams.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we should hang out up here.
I do fantasy football drafts up here.
Oh, do you? So the bar's back here in the back?
Yeah. Just off to the side here in this little room.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Don't ask me where the lights are, but
Holy Toledo.
yeah.
Dave, you want to swap out? We're good? Head back down?
Oh, cool.
Cool.
There you go. Yeah, I wish I was more educated on telling you, like...
No, I mean...
We do have a sales and events manager who can do all the booking for this room, but it's kind of a hidden gem. It really... It's got a lot of history to it, and we'll actually do different performances and everything from, like, there's church in here that does celebrations, but we have a comedian from Germany coming in a couple of weeks or a month, I think it is, next month, April.
So you have the beer hall,
outside
beer garden. You have the Hermit
Club, yeah,
which is a really cool space to rent. Up here reminds me of old school Cleveland, right? When you talk about a men's club, like you see on the wall, like just old school Cleveland, right?
This was the speakeasy.
Yeah,
back
the speakeasy.
In the day,
man, this is pretty epic.
A lot of performers and artists and celebrities would come over here after performing in the Playhouse Square theaters, and this would be their first stop, and maybe their only stop for the night. But there's actually one more cool room if you want to see it. It's down in the basement.
Yeah, let's see it.
It's probably going to be rough with the connection.
So maybe we should maybe we're in a podcast, then we'll go see it as just live.
It's pretty cool.
Take some pictures. Maybe we'll throw them up on the comments for everybody.
Sure.
Guys, a lot of things happening here in our area. This place in particular, every month, new beer tappings. The new beer,
New beer
entitled,
each month, yeah.
this month's called?
This month is Hopfen Spezial. So our hoppy lager.
Hoppy Lager. It's wonderful. We had a good time tonight. We had Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News. Rob Tittle.
Had a great time. It was tremendous. The beer was amazing. The whole experience was phenomenal. Top rate.
Thanks for letting us glom onto your event.
Please, thank you for coming.
Thanks for making me talk. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to spending the rest of the evening with you, Josh. It was a great time. If you've not been here to Hofbrauhaus, you should get here, enjoy the atmosphere, partake in all the festivities of the evening, rent out some of these wonderful spaces.
Thank you. Yeah.
Try some of the wonderful beer that are on tap here. I think that you're going to be definitely excited about that. I look forward to having you back in studio at some point.
Absolutely.
I'm going to beg you to come in next week. We'll see what happens.
Appreciate
2
you
weeks from
guys
now.
all coming down.
It was the 18th.
318. I'll have to.
Oh, we'll talk to
You
you.
just talk to the missus. Beer shows are hard to do that, but we're good to go. We do have some things coming up, though, right?
We do, man. And thanks to you at the Winter Warmer, you went out there and you pressed the flesh and you got people signed up.
I just saw that
Tom's got something to say here.
Stephen and Biffy are watching, so shout out to Stephen and Biffy watching. All right. My kids.
There's a fun story about that. Should I tell it online or no?
Oh, the fact that you married them?
I did
And they just had
perform their ceremony.
their
and
first daughter?
first daughter. And your first time meeting Biffy's parents was here.
Yes, it was.
Talk about full
Yes.
circle conversation. So
So you're an ordained minister
Downstairs,
too.
I
yeah.
am.
Very cool.
Good Lord, is there anything you don't do, man?
No, I
He's
do.
marrying
It's the
people.
place
I do a lot of weddings for friends, and for Tom and Maria, I ended up taking care of their families, which is awesome. So that's just a full circle conversation, right? We've known them for years. I know their kids, and to have the privilege of performing the ceremony for his son and his now wife, and to know that just tonight found out that their first time meeting their now in-laws was here at the Hofbrauhaus, and
And they're watching the BlabberMalt Show.
and they're
now.
watching right now live. So full circle, dude.
Full circle.
Yeah, we appreciate you. What else is coming up, dude? We have some really cool
we
things
got
happening.
next week. We're going to be in Hudson at Green Valley Brewery. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
18th, we'll talk.
Josh here in
Maybe.
studio.
The 25th, 11-3. We're going to be out in Chardon, checking
Yep.
those guys out. Saw them at Winter Warmer. Super cool
Great
people.
beers always.
Great beers. They were putting Lucky Charms marshmallows in their
And
beer.
IPA. I saw that.
Yeah. Crazy.
No comment. It was good.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Their beers.
I love Lucky Charms. Anyway, April 1st, we're open. If you've got a brewery, you want to come on, let us know. The 8th, we're going to be our Royal Docks. And then, thanks to you, we've got coming up Masthead, Missing Mountain, Phoenix, a bunch of other breweries.
back and forth on all of
we're
those.
like,
so boom, boom, boom. Get the thing
we're
done.
like booked out through May.
So what this looks like, if this is your first time out, we'd like to come in and work through everybody's establishment, promote all that you do with Hofbrauhaus. I hope you saw a good glimpse of what they have here. You got to get down here. And then we also love to just do content. So come into the studio, talking about life, kids, family, work, passions, hobbies, what's going on in the world of everybody's life. It's just a great time to talk for an hour and a half and just kick it. So we'd love to have you in. It'd be really fun. Everybody else online, check out the new stuff. Rob?
Check out Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News and vote in March Madness.
That's right.
And we are going live right now on NEOCBN.
We are.
Follow, like, share both the pages.
Wednesday, or not Wednesdays, this is Wednesday. Tuesdays, 7 p.m., we're out somewhere or we're in the studio talking to some cool brewery.
That's it.
Some cool brewer. Also, beer venues, purveyors of good beer, anybody who's into the beer, the craft scene, welcome to come on.
Hit us up. Email us at
Yeah.
blabbermalt@gmail.com. If Dave made lots of mistakes tonight,
I'm sure I did.
you were over under on Rob's, tapping deal.
1.5.
I think it was 3.5.
He did.
No
He
spillage,
did
a little squirt. It was fine. Love it.
It's all right.
Finished off strong. Well played, sir. But guys, until next time, stay malty, Cleveland.
Right on.
lots of things to do.